Hello everyone, David Lee here. In this video, I want to talk about how to integrate design thinking in a meaningful and relevant way. Today, I'll be using a second grade social studies project that I helped develop to show how opportunities for empathy work actually make the integration of design thinking more meaningful and relevant. Here's a brief overview of the project. For our social studies project, our second graders created a museum exhibit to demonstrate their understanding of different cultures and perspectives, both from the past and present, and how life changes over time due to the actions of people and the occurrence of events. They used the design thinking method to empathize with museum goers and experts to design exhibits that share information and stories through a physical experience, eventually presenting them at their own second grade museum exhibition. Empathy work involves students gaining a deep understanding of their end users, the group of people who will benefit from their work. Students must learn about end user needs to design an impactful solution to a problem or improve an end user experience. Tim Brown, a leader in design thinking, describes empathy work as the effort to see the world through the eyes of others, understand the world through their experiences, and feel the world through their emotions. Teachers need to be intentional when planning out learning activities so that they can provide students with the opportunity to interview or observe the people that they're designing for, the people who will benefit from your students' work. In the empathize phase of the second grade museum project, we used a visit to the National Museum of Singapore to provide students with an opportunity for empathy work. Not only did they learn about Singapore's history, its influential events and people, but it was an opportunity to empathize with their target audience, the museum visitors. The goal was to gain a deeper understanding of their target audience and use the insights that they gained to develop innovative ideas for their own exhibits. Students performed two types of empathy work at the museum: immersion and observation. Immersion is the act of submerging oneself into a user's experiences. This requires students to do what the users do so that they gain a true understanding of the context of the design challenge. Immersion can involve an experience that simulates the user's environment, or it can be accomplished in the user's actual setting, physically experiencing the user's situation. They got to actually experience being museum visitors themselves, gaining a true understanding of the context of the project. It was a great opportunity for students to actually see what visitors see, feel what visitors feel, and actually make decisions that visitors do all the time. While immersed in the experience themselves, they also observed other museum visitors to see how they interacted with the environment. They also made observations of the exhibits displayed throughout the museum, of what type of information they displayed, types of artifacts, how they displayed their information, and how the exhibits provide visitors with an immersive experience. And of course, empathize with the exhibit designer's thinking, intention, and purpose. A couple of days after the museum visit, we sat down and transitioned to the define phase, where we synthesized all the information that we gained into insights and then developed a problem statement. Thinking about what they observed and experienced, we had a class discussion of what made an effective and engaging exhibit. We also took a look at the photos I captured during the visit. Students stated that exhibits had simple, clear layouts, stimulated our external senses, and brought out emotions regarding a historical event or period, things that they would not have learned without doing empathy work. Here's the problem statement we formulated together. Museum visitors need an exhibit that displays artifacts, text, stimulates their five senses, and makes them feel like they were present during a historical time. Students used this problem statement to brainstorm possible exhibit designs and then built their most optimal design. And ultimately, visitors experienced and interacted with their exhibit during the museum exhibition. Something we didn't do, but we hope to do next year, is to actually have students interview museum visitors when we went to the National Museum of Singapore to learn about their perspective, their preferences, what aspects they love about their museum experience, what could be improved, and what made them visit the museum in the first place. Also, we tried to set up an interview with the museum curator, but that didn't end up happening. An expert interview is another way to gain valuable perspective and information and even get some technical advice. So to recap, empathy work is, as Tim Brown stated, an effort to see the world through the eyes of others, understand the world through their experiences, and feel the world through their emotions. Opportunities for empathy make the use of design thinking more meaningful and relevant for students because human-centeredness is one of the core values of the method. It helps enrich the learning experience by helping students see multiple perspectives and at the same time inspires them to take action and guides them when they design solutions for their end users. Okay, now let's take a look at a current project that you're doing or you're planning to do. Is there a real-world context? If so, is there an end user or a group of people that the students can empathize with who would benefit from their work? If there are end users for the project, then design and implement learning experiences where students get the opportunity to interview them, to make observations in their environment, or even immerse themselves in the end user experience. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to the educators involved in this project for making all this possible. If you are interested in learning how to integrate design thinking into your projects, please check out my book, Design Thinking in the Classroom. Also, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this content, and until next time, peace.